Hello, lousagatov here, Northern Virginia Realtor and Custom Builder. So what can you get for under $1 million in Arlington, Virginia in today's market? First, before we go look at some of these things, the median sales price in Arlington in 2023 for resales was $1,160,000. So we're going to be a little bit below that median list price, but let's go check it out. The property we're going to look at is over in Arlington Forest. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 880 square feet, sold for $775,000. So what do we have here? We have a ranch-style house that unfortunately we don't have any photographs of the interior from the when it's sold, but I'm guessing that the house has been maybe updated a little bit, probably some very basic bones in here. Where are we here? We're right off of Route 50 near Carlin Springs Road. It's a great location as far as access to Washington, D.C. You're really close to 7 Corners. It's a really great location to get around. There's a lot of good hiking trails nearby, but it's not a walkable type neighborhood in that you're not going to walk down to a restaurant or a grocery store and that kind of a thing. On the other side of Carlin Springs Road, you're going to hit Bailey's Crossroads, which you hit the Columbia Pike, which locals here call the Pike. And the Pike is really going through a lot of redevelopment. So this is a great location. This would probably be a starter home in Arlington. So that's number 1. Let's go look at another one in South Arlington that may surprise you. The next property we're going to look at is in South Arlington off of, So before I jump into this, let's just talk a little bit about Arlington north-south. What does that mean here in Arlington? Basically, Route 50 is the dividing point between North Arlington and South Arlington. Route 50 runs from Washington, D.C., and it goes way up past Winchester, Virginia. I don't know if it goes beyond there, but it was at one time one of the major thoroughfares to get around. Since then, we've got the Beltway and some other things, so it's still very heavily trafficked, and it's a great commuter way to get around. So this one is closer to Washington, D.C. on South Irving Street. And I have to be honest, when I pulled up to this house at first, I was like, $850? It was, okay, it's a 2-story brick colonial, has a little front porch on it, and I'm going, what am I missing with this? But then when I walked to the side to take the photograph, there was an addition put on this thing. So all of a sudden now we have, this property has 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, about 1,700 square feet. It's on a large lot, 10,000 square feet. Most lots in this area are what we call R6, which is 6,000 square feet. And the house inside was nice and clean, but it hadn't really been updated very much. The kitchen looked fairly original. The floors, although they were in good shape, were not redone, and it wasn't repainted. So sold for $850, and what the people got is they got a nice sized house, beautiful lot. It does have a small freestanding garage. So that's what we got for about $850. Let's go on down towards Aurora Hills, or down there towards Crystal City area, which is another area of South Arlington. And let's look at the last 2 houses that are on my list for under $1 million in Arlington, Virginia. I'm down here at Crystal City looking at this house. It's in Addison Heights. Addison Heights, this area is a great little area. You're close to DCA, you're close to the Pentagon, and you're also close to Amazon HQ2, which I will talk about in another video. Uh, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, right around 1,300 square feet. Got a freestanding garage. Don't know anything about the inside because I can't see the photographs. 800,000. I'm guessing that this house had a couple little updates done to it. I've been looking at I've been looking at a lot of properties down in this neighborhood over the last year or so, and houses that are in that $800,000 range typically have been cleaned up, probably the floors refinished, painted, and there have been some minor updates in there. But basically, since it's a small house, it's not going to be generating a lot more than 800,000. Down the street is another property that sold for $1 million. So let's go down and look at the one down the street. So we're back in Addison Heights, or we're still in Addison Heights, and this house, or I should say property, sold for $1 million. The house was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The big thing that this is probably sold for either one or two things, and for the life of me, when I first looked at this, I was kind of totally baffled by why anyone would pay $1 million for this property. It was sold for the land. It's 8,000 square feet, and again, it's in that Crystal City area, close to the Pentagon, close to DCA, close to DC. Great location here, and the two things that I think are going to happen with this property. One, when it gets redeveloped. One is it'll be torn down and a new home will be built on it. At $1 million, they're going to be pushing over 2 million, probably 2.5 million in order to make the numbers work from the builder side. The other thing that might be going on with this property is that there's been a new zoning situation in Arlington called a missing middle that allows for duplexes, fourplexes, and sixplexes to be built on single-family lots in neighborhoods if the property meets certain criteria. Now, that's a very controversial ordinance, and there's lawsuits going on with it, and it's kind of up in the air. I know a number of permits have been issued. I know that a couple houses are being built, or a couple of units are being built. Where this whole thing pans out, I have no idea. It's going to take a while to get through the whole process. So $1 million for a single family lot in South Arlington in Addison Heights. It doesn't make sense to me, but then who knows? If you have any questions about Arlington real estate, give me a call, text, email, whatever works. Be glad to chat with you about what your goals are, whether it's buying or selling or investing. And until then, take care, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye now.